2% has only knows about the gospel. 98% deaf people not knowing about Jesus. What up, my hungry homies? Welcome to another episode of Hungry for God. It is a series I do for the Spice of Christ channel. It's a series being hungry for God and how he's moving, finding ways how we can be hungry for God spiritually and physically. I'm refining that as I continue to learn how to explain myself and talk in front of a camera as I do it more often. The whole point of this video is being hungry for God in sign language. And I wanted to share with you guys is how God is using not just me, but my husband in a community, in the deaf community. God is moving through deaf people. And it's I think about it, it's so beautiful. And what's amazing about this life is you learn to experience, to find out that there's more. When you become aware that there's more to experience through God, you'll find more beautiful things and feel blissful, as I would say it. That's the word. Because, a real quick side note, when I went, not skydiving, zip lining. When I went ziplining, I was so scared to try it. And my husband went skydiving 4 times. He explained to me, I promise you, on the other side, not even on the other side, once you're going through it, it's a blissful moment when you're going through it. And I think that's a perfect way to describe when you're saying yes to God, when you're going through obedience. It's a blissful moment when you're experiencing his goodness. And it's scary as you're going to the top because you're thinking about it. Should I do it? I don't know. I was gonna go on a tangent talking about ziplining, but this is how it feels when I'm trying something new, and this new venture is signing. I don't know what God is, how God is gonna use us. And I'm saying us because it's so interesting that we both are doing this together, and it's so cool because we're learning together. So I guess I'll just start from the beginning on, and okay, yeah, I'm thinking about it too much. Holy Spirit, I rebuke the spirit of overthinking in the mighty name Jesus. Because the reason I'm overthinking right now is because I'm thinking about how this video needs to go. So I'm just gonna go with the flow that I just said. I'm gonna tell you guys from the beginning how I started signing in the first place. So I just learned that 2% of the deaf community has not heard about the gospel. And I'm sorry, see, that's even wrong. Not just heard because they can't hear, but 2% of the deaf community does not know about the gospel. And that blew my mind when I learned about that last week. I always wanted to learn many languages. My goal is to become a polyglot. Started learning many languages. I started learning Italian, French, and I also started learning ASL. I remember in 2019, I even made a t-shirt that says the Bronx because there was this whole thing that I was into representing the Bronx. I was learning ASL in 2019, and it was something that, like, just learning a few words here and there, but I never picked it up. I never continued it. I started learning Italian and French, which I kind of go on and off. This year, 2025, I saw that the church was offering ASL classes, and I said, oh, what? Classes, free ASL in church? I'm down. Let's do this. Say, okay, after the service, just sign up. I went to sign up, and then I asked my husband, hey, do you want to join? I'm gonna put your name down. And he's thinking twice about it, very hesitant about it, like, is it worth his time? And I just said, anyways, you know what? I'm going to put your name down and we'll see what happens next week. Because it was time for class Thursday. And again, my husband was still hesitant about it. He didn't want to let me go by myself bike riding, because the Bronx at nighttime, it can be a little... I'm glad he comes with me because it was this one time that a dog almost attacked me. But Jesus' hand was in there. That's another story. We got to the church and we parked our bikes and we're there. He's like, you know what? We're here together. Let's do this together. On the first day, we learned our ABCs and he was so happy. He found joy in learning sign. Shout out to Cornell. He was our teacher, and Yolanda. We would go home and we would just speak sign together, and we didn't even challenge ourselves. We just naturally did it. And we'll go like, okay, 1 second. We would Google what does this mean in ASL, or we would finger spell it. And yeah, so that's how it started. And that class was from March to June, I believe. Yeah, and then it ended in June 18, and we graduated with our ASL. Here's a picture of us, of my husband and Cornell. Then we were called to come to Florida for a temporarily moment. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but we were called to come to Florida in July. We're here until May, and we're looking for a church. So we were exploring different churches, and we even went back to the church my mom visited. Oh, because last time I visited with my mom, I saw there was interpretation section in the church, and I was like, what? Like, how do you sit over there? And then when it was time to visit the church, my husband and I together, I was like, hey, there's an interpretation section. Can we like sit there? I think the night before we visited the church, we saw that, I don't know. I'm telling you, this is God. I saw there was an ASL group, beginner's class. I wasn't looking for what I was just roaming through the website. And I realized, because I know they have small groups, okay, like what type of small groups do they have? I didn't even join in because I wanted to know more information. We went to church the next day. It's Sunday, and we went, and so we decided to sit in the ASL section. We saw the whole sermon in ASL, and we saw the worship songs in ASL, and we were just like mind blown, because even though we knew a little bit, the way she signed it was how what we recently learned. It's like painting a picture for someone who hasn't heard any words. And we learned worship songs in ASL. After service was finished, we met the interpreter. We kind of went up there, we introduced ourselves, and there was maybe only 2 people that were in the section. So altogether, it was just 5 people, because there was one hearing, and her name is Sydney. What up, Cindy, if you're watching my video? And shout out to Jazz, and shout out to Judy. I think her sign name is this, like JY, but her name is GUDY. We haven't received our own sign name, my husband and I. And if you guys don't know my husband's name, his name is Raymond. Only a deaf person can give you a assigned name. Been to ASL class twice. They haven't gotten to know us completely yet. We're learning, but they do have community dates. Oh, the other day they just went to dinner together. Then we met another interpreter the next Sunday. We went to church, and it's so cool how some interpreters, I mean, I guess all interpreters have a different style of signing, so it just makes me think how there's different accents. I'm from New York. I sound like a New Yorker sometimes. The second interpreter, she was also impressed with how we were worshiping. We were following along, and then she was like, yeah, okay. And I was like, okay. So that's our journey with ASL so far, and I guess I want to challenge myself. I put myself a challenge to be able to learn at least a verse, or maybe the whole scripture of Psalms 23, but I would love to be able to know that, to be able to recite that in sign. So like I mentioned before, what really put a stronger desire in my heart is when I learned about the 2% has only knows about the gospel. I'm just so used to saying heard about the gospel. 98% deaf people not knowing about Jesus, or maybe they heard about the name, but they don't know, they haven't heard about the truth. So this is me telling you right now, I don't know what the Lord has in store for me, for us, because I don't know, I feel something. I feel God is moving. Maybe it's a surprise. This feeling, again, this joy that I feel is the same joy. This doesn't come from people. This doesn't come from the world. It comes from Jesus. I have to say, when I decided to not call myself a Christian, that's when I lost joy, and that's when I got into really bad relationship. I got into a car accident. I was even doing yoga, and then after doing yoga, that's when I think I believed I opened doors. But that's another testimony. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. But this is about ASL. But so this is what I felt during the process every time we learned something new in ASL. But the most important thing, I mean, not the most important thing, the most important part of it, or the most enjoyable part of it, was meeting deaf people. Like I said, we met Judy, and then the next Sunday we met this gentleman, and let's see his name. You're gonna be shocked by his name. His name is CLOSURE. I was lost for a second. I was like, all right, I don't want to mispronounce it. I don't want to be rude, but this is what's so great about them. They know you're learning, and they give you chances, and like nonstop chances until you get it. They know how to transfer this feeling toward you because of their expressions and their desire for community and their desire for you to learn as well as a hearing person. And the interpreter was like, trust yourself. And I was like, clowns? She was like, no, trust yourself. And I went, closure? She was like, yup. And I was like, closure? I've never heard that name before. And for oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I just want to say thank you for the deaf community for your patience. His name is Closure. And oh my gosh, we were just having a small conversation, getting to know each other, like, oh, are you guys married? And just little things like that, and where he's from. And he's from Ohio, so Ohio. It's, oh gosh, my heart is full of joy and warmth and and patience. If you need to learn how to be patient, you need to learn how to sign. So I wonder if any deaf person wondered, okay, if I can't speak, so what does that mean? All right, and this is where I learned your intention behind your faith. It's like, it blew my mind when I wrote the intention behind your faith, right? So the intention behind your hands, the intention behind your words, the intention behind your action is so powerful. There's consequences to in anything because of your intention behind it. So it actually made me understand more the mustard seed, because I always wondered, okay, if you just need the size of a mustard seed to move mountains, it was even hard for me to believe that. I didn't believe that, like a little bit of faith to move mountains. So you're telling me I just need to have this small intention of faith, this small belief to move mountains. So if you can't speak, if you're deaf and you can't speak, your intentions matter behind your hands. Your intentions matter behind your action. You're taking action because you have faith in that you're gonna have a road trip. But if you just go like, man, I gotta go through the process, if you think about the effort you have to go through, nah. That's why you have to enjoy the effort. I just started journaling. I call it my disciple diary. And I never did this before, only with devotionals, like prayers. But talking about my life as if I'm talking to a stranger, like, okay, hey, yeah, so this happened today. I can't believe I'm being this consistent. It's been so far today, this Saturday, it makes 6 weeks. I've been consistent 6 weeks in writing in my disciple journal. My disciple diary. Every single day I do my best. No, it's not even I'm doing my best. It just comes naturally now. I'm finding the joys of what happened throughout the day. Recently, I just overextended my soul. I went for a run and I overextended my soul, so I couldn't exercise for 3 days straight. 4 days? Yeah, 4 days straight. And that hurts me so much because I'm like, I want to run if God is allowing it, because I prayed over it. If God is allowing it, so let it be. But then I wrote in my diary, like, okay, I actually enjoy this rest. I have to be comfortable with it not going my way. I have to be comfortable where my plan won't come to pass because I want to exercise every day. I want to do this every day. So hopefully the next video I will be signing Psalms 23, and I'll take you along for the ride of the class that I go to, show a little vlog, even learning like day 1, day 2, even signing with my husband. Any Christian deaf communities out there, let us know. Here in Florida, we're in Central Florida, and we don't mind traveling even 40 minutes out to just meet people. The last update, on October 18th, we will be at Nona's Adventure Park. There's a Kingdom Creations vendors market happening again, and I've been accepted. Yeah, so I'll be there, and it's from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And it's also on my website. I'll have an events section. Yeah, so that's what I'll be doing on October. That's what we'll be doing October 18th. My husband is part of the ministry. I don't do this by myself, guys. I can't do this by myself. I have Jesus, and he has given me a wonderful husband to help me with ideas, to help me organize, to help me do the muscle work. I literally just stand there at the vendor's market while he's breaking everything down, and he makes me feel, I don't know if I should say a princess or a queen. He makes me feel both. He's so great. Oh, gosh. Thank you for watching this video, and if you guys have any questions, I would love to answer them in my next video. To all my hungry homies, thank you so much for hearing what I have to say. Thank you for watching this video, and continue to stay hungry.